Eeka has something he wants to share with you. Last night he came to me wearing a futuristic looking from our planet, almost velvet or velour black tunic type shirt, thick fabric. And I said, well, wow, you're all dressed up. Why are you something? He's like, no, this is important information to share. We need to do this. I said, well, like tomorrow. And yeah, like right now, my ears are ringing, my head's going to explode. So we are fully connected. Yeah, he wants to talk to you about and I didn't want to do another political one, but I want another romance one. But oh yeah, all right. Now my head's like an okay, okay. Um, he wants to share with you some information concerning what's going to be going on in the United States. And really, I'm just saying at this point, isn't it ad nauseum that we're talking about this? But he's like, no, no, he wants to bring forward, bring apart. Well, that's part of the goal to bring apart. But he wants to come forward with some information he has. So, all right, what do you want to say? Well, he says hello first. Welcome. Hello. He's he says you need to understand that this is a trap. What's the trap coming? He said the coming elections are a trap. The information that you are receiving that's being broadcast across your news media, across social media, that's shared between friends. He says the most important information is that which is shared between friends because you trust each other. And this is exactly what the deep state was trying to enable. He says by planting seeds into certain people's minds, those seeds will spread to other people. They will then begin to grow and enhance within the circles of friends and family because you love and trust each other. And it is just this love and trust that you have for each other, which is being exploited by your enemy. And we mentioned the trick that he just told me, yeah, I can mention the trick that we almost fell for. So I had the men in black come to me. They intimidated me. They were threatening me because they wanted to get to Eeka. And that was the trick that they played on us. Okay, he's going to come back in. He says, yes, it's all trickery. That is how they control you. That is how they have controlled you for centuries, for millennia. They put tricks and put poison into your minds. When they were talking about us, he says, if you can remember back many decades before many of you were born, but your parents, your grandparents, they were feeding information into the population to make us look like little green men. The stories that you would have been told about extraterrestrials, that they don't exist. The twisting of your religion, the twisting of your science, the twisting of your education systems were all there to place ways of living into your mind that were cult-based. They were shaping the way you think, the way you live, the way you act to fit you into a mold. This mold would lead to your destruction. We're going to stop that destruction, but you need to understand this. They are playing a final game. And this election, amongst many other things, including the weather manipulation, I want to mention the fact that yes, so I'm just going to come in for a minute and say, remember, please, the weather manipulation is real. The patents are real. A lot of what the deep state does is actually shared with you in plain sight. So for those people who don't think any of that is real, I suggest they start to do some research and find the patents. Okay, I'm going to bring Eeka back in. Yes, he says the information is always in plain sight. But because they have brainwashed you so deeply, you then have placed all of your trust not within your own discernment, not within your own bodies, not within your own minds, but you are always looking outside of yourself for information and for truth. And sometimes they will give you truth, but mostly what they are giving you is the opposite of that. It is there to control you, to make you act less in your own discernment and act more in what they are telling you to do, to get you to comply, mostly to get you to fight amongst each other. They will set some bait out. This bait is always a trick, it's a trap. You will then bite into this bait, be poisoned by it, and then spread this agenda. They have you spread their agendas. That is that simple. They don't do anything really themselves, but they have you do it. When you look back at your wars, when you look back at your proxy wars, even if you look at any aspect of your daily life, all of this you have used to enslave yourself. They just watch you. They just sort of set the marbles free, and then you go with it. You then build prisons around yourselves. You are told to create others within your community, within your family. You are one of the few planets in which the inhabitants fight amongst themselves, hate each other, divide, sell each other into slavery. This is a very unfortunate, sad type of situation. But now you have reached a point where you understand some of this. We desperately need to spread this awareness, this warning that the trap is being set for you. Even though you will be safe in the end, you do not want to create sectarian unrest. They want you to create an unrest at an unprecedented level. This will create much suffering. You do not need to fall for this trap. It is rooted in the divisions around your elections. These divisions have been cultivated and spread during the many past elections. And if you just spend some time and watch the way these different divisions have been cultivated through these, what you call smear campaigns in your past many elections, you will see the change. You will see their technique. Remember, they have great patience, and what they have been doing to oppress you has been piece by piece over generations. They have manipulated your DNA. They have gotten you to manipulate your DNA as well to become more servile. This has also been implemented by the poisoning of your environment and food, your medications, which are not medications. All of this has been put together to, what are you trying to say? He's trying, he's a hamstring. Okay. He says, like Achilles. Okay. He says, yeah, the hamstring you. And I said, it's like, he's alluding to Achilles. Sorry, my mind gets kind of like all foggy when he's talking, guys. I'm just kind of like channeling his words. Not channeling. I'm not channeling. This is telepathy. I'm just trying to listen to him and produce. Okay. Anyway, that's what he says. Okay, let's get back to where were you? Where were you? Okay. He says, all right, now let's okay. So he says his death is super important that what do you say? That you calm down, that you use your mind, do not follow what is being spread about you on social media. Now he says, pay attention to what you are watching on social media, listen to the different broadcasts, try to gather as much information as you can, because information evidence is knowledge. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Okay, it's like, okay. There should be no limit to what you read, to what you watch, he says, but when you do so using your own filters, okay? He says, do not follow the celebrity. So the celebrity, he says, okay, so the celebrity is a religion now. They found that as you were separating yourselves from the religions, that as the power of the religions began to fall, they needed to replace this mind control with something else, and they then replaced that with a cult of celebrity. They tapped into your desires, your egos, because it is your ego that the school systems manipulated, that your parents manipulated, many parents. The school systems especially your concepts of success, your concepts of economic growth, your concepts of being where you want to be. He says, we're all placed into your mind through the school system's manipulation of what life should be like. You then lapsed into this state of the fake ego. That is how they began to control you. They also replaced these religions with this concept of success, with the concept of celebrity, with the concept of you being ambitious to be seen. That if you were not liked, seen, and he's kind of referring to right the face, the like my stuff, the subscribe, the like my stuff. Yes, I understand. He says all of this was using techniques to create a sense of panic within your own mind as to what you would need to do to be successful. And this is what is creating the stress in your cultures. This systematic manipulation of your ego and sense of self, this replacement of your sense of self, was all part of the programming to get you to fall victim to what they wanted you to do and think in order for them to control you, to continue the control of you. Sorry, that's me. Sometimes I stumble when he's speaking. Sorry. I'm sorry. He doesn't care. Okay. What did you want to say with that? Okay, this cult of celebrity is the new, okay, he's showing me chains, like people with their hands chained. He said, this is the new bondage that has been placed upon your mind. Remember, this is a war of psychological manipulation. So just as let me say it, okay, just as yeah, okay, I'm going to say it. Let me say it. Okay, this is a war. Okay, keep going. This is a war of psychological manipulation. Your CIA, your MK Ultra, all of those things were absolutely real. Many among you have been subjected to such torture. So while they were using the media on the surface to get you to believe that things like telepathy, to things like the quantum field, to things like advanced propulsion system, to things like the capture of extraterrestrial technology, extraterrestrials themselves. He says all of these things which on the surface, oh, the crop circles, right? He showed me the crop circles. Okay, keep going. All of these fringe culture, conspiracy theory. He says he also makes a point, not all conspiracy theories are actually real, of course, as we know. Okay, go ahead. So all of these fringe topics that were seized by your CIA and by your other governmental agencies. They were doing full research on these things. They knew full well that all of this stuff was completely real, and they wanted to control it because they were going to seize and use this technology against you, which they have been doing. And it became very difficult for us, those, right, I'm going to say, who's us? Yeah. He says your family and friends, your helpers on other planets. It became extremely difficult for us to assist you because you didn't believe in that we were real, right? And this was all mind control because the number one thing they didn't want you to know was that you had people fighting for you, fighting to help liberate you while you were asleep under this matrix, under this mind control, which was extremely sophisticated. I want to bring you now to the current age, to the current moment, to what is going to be happening in November. We are in the showdown, as you call it in your Western films. This is high noon. What they want you to do now, well, what they have been trying to do through other manipulation, was to give you something else to focus on, was to try to, again, use the media systems that you have to show you that everything is well, that there is nothing unusual going on, when there is anything but everything is well. Everything is being manipulated. They are now up against the wall, and they will use all that they have against you. But remember their main tools, their main method. This is their mistake. They use psychological warfare where they get you. to create the war. Their main tool is division. They want you to divide amongst yourself. They want you to fight amongst yourself. That makes their job easier because they have brainwashed you for so many generations to immediately default to aggression, to sectarian violence, whether that is sexism or racism or ethnocentrism. They have manipulated all of these, they have created all of these to foment this concept of the other that is not you, that is outside of your tribe. They created a sense of tribalism within your culture. But this tribalism is the way that races and species fall. It is an unsustainable thing. It will be your demise. So when I say don't fall for the tricks, this is the trick. These are tricksters. That is how they survive. That is how they have controlled you. Look back upon your history, your real history, not the one that was the myths that were placed upon you. But throughout the history, if you can simply see your histories as layers upon layers, like the way a brick wall is created, layers upon layers of trickery. You have been lied to for millennia. And for millennia, we have tried to break these chains, to knock down these walls of lies. But they were so deep that you were impossible to reach. Do not be impossible to reach now. Your survival depends upon it. Please spread the word to your friends and family, and I know this will be difficult. They are too far deep, unfortunately, in this mist, this haze, this venom that has been deeply placed within their minds, that somehow one of your politicians will save you. This is not true. Neither of your politicians will save you. You will save you. We will save you. We will assist in giving you the tools that you need to grow as a civilization. Nothing is going to stop that. But do not fall for this divisive game that is being played. This is a trick that is being placed upon you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't vote. That is not what I am saying at all. I am just saying that what becomes of this election, please be aware that this election is nothing but a game. And the game is to get you to create a terrible war amongst yourselves. That is the main purpose of the media creating a frenzy around this election. There should be no frenzy among any political system. It should be very calm and controlled. But that is not what has been going on here on your planet. Please be aware that calm and control and common sense and love of all of your fellow beings is how you will get through this. I also want to warn you to be prepared just in case. Fill your tanks with gas. Have food available and those other necessities just in case. We are at, he shows me a mountaintop. It's like a mountain, right? At the cliff, right? He's like, yes, yes. We are at a cliff right now. And I don't want anyone to feel fear. It is not my desire to feel fear. Fear is what they always place inside your mind. What I am trying to do is give you tactical operations. That's cute. Right? You being in the military now for so long. Yeah, he loves, that's good. I just want to share that he just loves the military. He loves all, especially the not the officers. I mean, he does love some of the officers. He doesn't love the officers, but he really loves the the soldiers and the airmen and all that. I have like no military knowledge. My father was in the military, which is kind of obvious. Not surprising that would all be lined up. My father was a Pleiadian starseed. So yeah, Eeka loves the military. And he says, okay, the military, of course, he says the military will step in for you, but you don't want it to get to that stage. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. He loves you. He wants to say he loves you. He does. He loves you guys so much. I hope you can feel that. He loves humans. He loves the earth, and I know he would stay here. He really loves you. So this is why he's trying to help you. He says, I want to be a parent. He's so cute. I want to be a parent. A good parent. Oh, yeah, right, right, right. He says he shows me a picture of a parent, a loving parent showing a child how to ride a bike and that kind of thing. Okay. Um, okay. What else do you want to add? He said, okay, he just wants you to know, please, please just remain calm. And it's okay to be angry. Everyone gets angry. That's natural. He says, but just control your anger. And you should be angry. He's okay. He says, please, he says, make sure you are not angry at each other, at your fellow humans. Do not be angry at each other. Make sure that you channel your anger where it belongs. This is what they have done to you for so long. They've got you to be mad, angry, and suspicious of each other. He says, channel your anger to where it belongs, to the deep state, to the black hats, right? To the black hats in the government. The bad, remember your government. Okay, remember your government is not all bad. There are people who are fighting in the government right now. They have infiltrated deeply. This is why the deep state is fighting back so hard. This is why the black hats are fighting back so hard. Channel your anger towards your enemy. Do not love your enemy. Channel your anger towards your enemy. Tell your friends and family to do this. What do we say about that? Do you want to say that? Okay. Yes. Okay. Your election may very well be, how about saying it like that? Yes. Your election may very well be manipulated. You know this. But channel your anger, not towards the innocents, all the people that are around you. They are innocent. Channel your anger to the black hats in the government, the deep state. Channel your anger there. But allow the white hats to clean up the mess. They have been cleaning up the mess. You have been cleaning up the mess. We have all been cleaning up the mess. We all play a role in this. Your role is to remain calm, but to not comply. Your role is not to hurt those fellows amongst you that are your allies. No army fights amongst itself. Remember, you, your family, your friends, your neighbors, no matter who they vote for, they are your allies. It is your job to remain calm and to gather your troops together. And that is everyone, all of the humans amongst you. That is your job. You are one army against the enemy. Do not divide your own army. The one thing the deep state does not want is for you to understand you are united, that it is your army against them. It is the army of humanity against them. That is the one thing they do not want ever to happen, because they fall then. I know you want them to fall, and that is the key. To stick together, to love each other, to understand that you are united, no matter what sex you are, no matter what your skin color, what your hair color, what clothes you wear. You, the Terrans of Earth, are the army against your oppressors. Remember that and remain calm. Be prepared. Be calm. Take the steps you need to keep your animals, your family, your homes safe. Save the economic. You want money? Money. Save. Yeah, it's fun. That's funny. Save your money. Should I take some? He says, yes, it's okay to take some money out. Have some cash. Don't spend your cash, he says, but take some cash out of your bank. Have some loose cash. Dineros, he's funny. I have some loose cash for you to have. Okay. All right. He says also keep foods that will not perish. Do not buy garbage foods. He says do not poison your body. We're going to whole section on that. Okay. We're going to do a whole section on food. You know what good food is. Okay. Wait till he says. There are many vegetables that will keep without refrigeration. He says have those on hand. Have dried beans and lentils, especially all of the wonderful legumes, also things like chia. Have some water available, he says. Keep that available. Lentils, where I mentioned that, quinoa, chia. What else did you want them to have? Beans, rice. Those foods which you can are inexpensive and you can buy in bulk. Those are, remember, go back to your ancestors and what your ancestors ate. Have flour available. I'm Italian, so yes, I said that. You can make pasta simply with having some bread, flour, right? Some flour, keep some flour available. All you need is flour, oil, and water. You don't need eggs, although you can have eggs. Flour, oil, and water is all you need to make pasta. It's a simple thing you can do as well. Yes, so Eeka says, reminds you, remember who your ancestors were, what your ancestors did to survive without refrigeration. Just have that in hand. He says, I'm not predicting that. Please understand, I am not predicting that this will happen, but just be prepared. And that is the food that you should be eating anyway. He says, the food of your ancestors is the food that you should be eating. So try to fill your cupboards with that. Do not fill your cupboards with anything that is processed. The majority of your food systems, your grocery stores, is poison. Only buy those ingredients that you understand, that are whole foods, like a potato, like rice, like beans, like the vegetables that you see. Try to buy organic, but save your money and use common sense. He says, I understand what is happening here. He says, I am eating the same food right now too, so he understands. Is there anything else you'd like to share? He says, please, please, please go peacefully. He's kind of pulling his hands together and he's like, I love you. I want you to feel that love and I want you to share that love. Love your fellows, love the animals, love the plants, love your earth, love your neighbors, love your family, love your parents, love your children. Love everyone around you. Don't look at your differences. Look at all that you have in common. Look at yourself as the earth humans. Look at yourself as the Terrans that you are. That is who you are. That is how we see you. We see you as one planet of beautiful cultures, of beautiful diversity. Play your music. Enjoy your family. Stick together. Don't be so independent. Your downfall was independence. You are an individual, but remember, you are part of a galactic civilization that loves you. You're all in love. We are excited to join you soon. He says, much love to you. Okay. Thank you so much. I can feel him kind of just beating back a little bit, so I can actually think. When he telepaths like that, I'm like, wow, okay, my brain is like toast. Anyway, okay, I'm back. Shaking him. It'll take me a little while to shake off this energy, but yeah, okay, guys, right? Yeah, let's all just calm down. I totally get it. You know, it's a shit show. We're in a shit show. You're on a prison planet. I totally get it. Yeah, I know. But just, stick together. That's what's key. All right. Grace, gratitude, peace. And, big thumbs up to all you guys. Remember, you're the warriors here, right? You're the warriors against the deep state. You're not the warriors against your neighbor. Okay. All right, guys. Peace.